This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Our men's national softball team gearing up for international competition against the best countries in the region. For more on that, here's Julian Gibson.
Former men's national team ace pitcher Richard Lionheart Johnson believes that this year's men's national team can compete and win in the Dominican Republic.
I truly believe that this team can beat all of the English-speaking Caribbean and qualify. You never have enough pitching. If we could take 9 real good pitches, that would have been good, and some of the pitchers could play out of position. The pitching that we have is adequate. I think you have Lyle, Alcott, and Thomas Davis. They're the only pitchers that we have, so they have the brunt of the work. So a lot of them gonna have to pitch in multiple games. Anytime you go to tournaments, you're not going to score a lot of runs because good pitching stops good hitting. In the last couple of years that this team went away, it was basically the same team, and they got beat, I think, out of, let's say, 8 games. The games that they all lost by 1 run. Okay, so I think they have the offense. It's just a matter of putting it together and making sure your defense whole and your pitching whole.
Now, the difference between past national teams when Richard really dominated and this year's national team is practice.
I think we were a bit more serious. I think we did a lot of stuff on our own. I did a lot more running, and I know people like Fred Smith and Dougie Smith, I know they did a lot of work outside of practice. I think we need to be that more committed now than we were back then.
Hopefully our men's national softball team can medal in the Dominican Republic. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Sports like softball have really fallen off of late on certain family islands. And one way back, maybe the rebirth of the Bahamas Games.
One of the bedrock of the Bahamas Games was to promote sports in the family value and keep athletes motivated. By it not being practiced for quite a number of years, obviously it caused a lot of damage, truthfully. But I think a youth Bahama Games now is what is required, and I trust that my colleagues in the government and the private sector will see the wisdom in promoting the Bahama Games against our youth. I think it's a win-win situation, really, particularly for the family violence.
From the minor league baseball diamond yesterday, Chavez Young 1 for 4 with a home run, but Bluefield lost to Danville 6-3. Champ Short went 1 for 5 with a stolen base as Binghamton won over Erie 5-4 in 12 innings. Meantime, Rashad Monroe scored the only run for the Reds. They fell 3-1 to the Brewers. It's just about a month to go now before the CAC Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships in Mexico City. Jay Darling will represent the Bahamas in the men's muscular physique B class.
It's very hard. Sometimes on my days off, I come like twice to the gym, but I have to make that effort, that extra effort if I'm going to do well, you know. So work-wise, I'm tired, but I can't let that get to me. I have to keep going. And main thing is eating. Diet, gotta eat. If you don't eat, you're slug and slouch and you don't show up to the gym. I never stopped training from the last competition, so I feel pretty good. It's gonna be a life changer, like a learning curve for me. I know that it's gonna be a tougher crowd, a tougher competition, so I'm gonna give it my all. I gotta bring home something, so a medal or something. I know I could do good.
For the past 2 years, Bahamas Archery has provided the opportunity for youngsters to get involved in the sport here in the 242. Founder Ben Jamison spoke about why archery may be a better choice than some of the more traditional sports.
Problems with all the existing programs in school is that the soccer, the athletics, the swimming, they require kids with a high level of athleticism to start with. There are a lot of kids who aren't natural athletes. And archery is an amazing sport for them because it doesn't require, at an entry level and really up to national and regional competitions, you don't need to be worried about being an athlete. And yet you can still compete. It's still a recognized sport. It's an Olympic sport. So it's actually perfect. It's known in some circles as the sport for the sportless. You're not an athlete. You're not a swimmer. You can't run fast. Your coordination with the ball is just not there. So you have archery. And it's an option, and it's a viable option. And kids absolutely love it. We live in an age where everything's instant. Everything's all on phones and digital, and they want instant gratification. And right here with a bow and arrow, you have instant gratification. You release that arrow, half a second later, it's in that target somewhere. And as you improve, that gets better and better. So it's it works on so many levels with kids. And it also has been shown to help with focus and self-discipline as well, which is obviously great for kids in school.
As we get nearer to the end of 2017, that means the best of the best regatta is fast approaching. As for if Buzzy Roll will be taking part,
Be planning on being at the best of the best. I don't know the schedule. I hear now someone just told me that you have to sign up or something like that. Nobody never told me nothing. I hear this is the last day to sign up. I don't know, but I think you could take, for instance, like the tidal wave. I think the tidal wave, that should be a boat that automatically got it being the best of the best. Susan Chase or Lady Sonia Lonesome, that they should automatically be in the best of the best. Really, Kate, Bulwedge and it ain't right, they should automatically be in the best of the best. And let the rest of them juggle for the thing, and because if you just do them, you're not getting the best.
Still talking sailing, there's just over 2 months to go now until national hero Sir Derwent Knowles celebrates his 100th birthday. In the coming days, a big announcement is expected to celebrate this legend, who is now the oldest living Olympic gold medalist in the world. And that'll do it for sports. Stay tuned, checking weather still to come.